Hey guys, welcome back to the Soapbox. So today I have something very special for you guys. I feel like if you're going to be a soap maker, you should learn the origins of soap making. Or how, there's origins, or how soap was actually made. So I always like to prepare yourself for this, guys. Tallow soap. So I like to call it frontier soap, or we can call it wash your mouth out soap. So back in the day, when our great grandmothers or our great grandmothers, depending on how old you are, were making soap, they did not always use olive oil or any vegetable oil soaps. They used what was readily available to them, and animal fats were available to them. So I still know a lot of people, soapers, who do make soap out of tallow. I know soapers who make soap out of lard, and it's a great soap. It is a very good soap for you. And if you happen to go look on the shelf or you read the ingredients of your favorite soap, if you see an ingredient that says sodium tallowate, it's in there. So let's just jump into it. So I got some beef fat from my butcher. I kind of lucked out. When I went to go get it, I got it absolutely free. They didn't charge me for it because it was old fat. So we're just going to cut this into small pieces. So all this has to be cut in small pieces, and I'm going to chunk it into boiling water. Okay. But I am going to try a new method because I like to take shortcuts. So I'm not going to boil it, nor will I bake it or put it in a crock pot. Friends, here's what I'm going to do. Ta-da! I want to Instapot this fat. I love my Instapot. So I'm not going to even chop this fat up. I'm just going to dump it all in here. And we'll see. This is my first time doing this. I've never done this before. So you'll see how it turns out because I'm making a video about it. Like so. I'm going to take some water. You know what I forgot to add to this? Salt. I always put salt in my, when I'm going to say about a half cup of salt, half cup to a cup of salt when I'm rendering beef fat. I just have always done it. I think it helps really purify your fat. Actually, I think this salt helps draw the fat out of the fat. I've always done it this way. I will tell you what not to do. Do not put baking soda in this. I had the bright idea last time to put some baking soda in here, and I had an implosion in my kitchen. Here we go. So I have this. I'm going to turn it on to meat stew, and I'm going to let's just do 45 minutes and we'll see how this goes. And it's going to start on its own. I'm going to seal it, and there it goes. We'll check in on this in a little bit, okay? Okay, so we see that our fat's cooked down. I'm kind of squishing it up a little bit just to get some extra fatty juices out. But I had it pressure cooking for about 45 minutes. So now I'm going to strain it. I'm going to switch this here. Like I said, I'm just squeezing the fat. See how it just breaks down really easy. So as you can see, the water is on the bottom and the oil is on the top, or the fat's on the top. So once I put this in the refrigerator to chill, the oil on top should become a nice pretty white disc, and I'll be able to release that, and I will show you guys this once it's done, or once it's chilled in the morning, and then we can begin the process of making our soap. Okay, as you guys can see, my fat is chilled. I've taken it out the refrigerator, and you can see the fat is definitely has separated from the water, and I have this really pretty layer of fat on top. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut the fat out, and I'm going to turn it over and scrape as much of the impurities off the bottom as I can. And I'm actually going to put this in for a second boil. The reason why I want to do this is because I want to melt it down once again, and I want to do another strain on it because I want to remove as much impurities as I can from the fat. We don't want all that floaties in our soap, so we want to remove as much as possible. I won't put any salt in this boil because I've already removed as much fat as possible, and there's very little tissue in here. So I have it all boiled down, and I'm starting to do my strain. And as you can see, the little impurities that are left. So that is why we want to do a second strain. We want to make sure that our tallow is as pure as possible before we start making the soap. See all the little gunkies in there? We don't want that in there. Hey guys, so I am back, and I have finished rendering my tallow, and I just want to show you what I've got here. All the impurities were on the bottom, and I was able to just rinse out the additional impurities that came up after my final rendering process. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to make some soap with this. So I'm going to have to melt this down, of course, to make it. And I will tell you, tallow is a very good soap. I mean, it's a very good oil to use. It is a very conditioning oil. And it's actually healing. It's really great for people with eczema. I would say eczema, psoriasis, and people with very sensitive skin. It's a very conditioning fat. But with tallow, it's not a great cleansing soap. So what I'm gonna do, I could make a straight tallow soap. So instead of doing that, because I want some cleansing properties to this soap, I'm actually gonna add some coconut oil into this. Coconut oil is a great cleansing oil. So I'm going to add in coconut oil to this. I will tell you guys this, after I've rendered it down, tallow does smell like beef, but when you process it into soap, it does lose the beefy smell. Okay, so I have my tallow and it's melted. I actually overheated it in the microwave, so I'm cooling it down with this fan. I think it's at a good temperature here. Before I start, I'm going to voice. I have some concerns about this because I have not made tallow soap without a liquid oil in a long time. And I realize, I think this is going to turn this off. And I realized with this recipe, I have no liquid oils in here, so I feel like this is going to be a very fast moving recipe. So let's see what happens. I'm a little bit... All right, so I have my Lye Solution. So in this I have 13 ounces of water and 143 grams of sodium hydroxide lye. I'm going to pour this in here and just give it some stirs. I'm going to go ahead and add my fragrance oil in here now. This is actually an ocean scented fragrance oil I'm using. Smells so good. That's it. All right, I'm good with that. This is some black clay I'm going to put in here. I just like my soaps to have just a little bit of contrast to them. Just a little bit. Alright, so because I knew this is going to be a hard oil soap, I decided to not put it into a regular soap box. I'm just going to put this into a soap mold. That way it'll be easier for me to just pop these out. Okay, so I think this is enough. I kind of want to have some contrast to this, so I'm going to pour this in here. I didn't make a mess this time, guys. Okay, I'm good with that. Okay, now I'm just playing in it, so it's ridiculous. I was trying to get like as smooth as possible. I'm playing in it now. All right, so I'm gonna stop playing in this up because I get addicted to this part. Just to playing in it. Just to playing in it. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. Okay, guys, we're done. Like I said, it's been a minute since I did a beef tallow soap, and it did well. I'm impressed. So those are the smaller molds, and those are the regular size molds. Okay, guys, so there we have it. Our processed beef tallow and coconut oil soap, and it smells divine, actually. I have put in some ocean scent, and it has taken me 2 days. Actually, let me see how many days it took me to do this. So it has taken me 3 days to actually come to this point. I don't think I want to film another day of this. I will put up the pictures of the soaps popped out at the end of this video. Yeah, so this is it for this video. So please like and subscribe, and let me know how you like this. Oh.